Hello, welcome to another scholarship update. Been busy as always. First things first, what's new? Well, you can see it. This is the Starship Enterprise. We are going warp speed. This is, the Windows 95 all over again. It used to be this confetti thing of like just random colors. Didn't really have a space theme, but now it does. So that's the first update, and it only gets better from there. So we now have this button right here. It used to say start session, but now we don't have any sessions. There are no sessions. Instead, we just play lessons. You play one lesson at a time. And previously, the start session button, what it would do was it would just like go find 10 passages across usually multiple lessons, because a lesson doesn't have 10 passages usually. And it would just take that many, whatever number you chose in the options, that many passages across that, however many lessons it needed to. And that's your session. The only problem was nobody liked that. No, I didn't like that. It was very unintuitive. You didn't even know where you were. If you were in a session, you couldn't start another lesson. So all that's fixed now. You start a session, you start a lesson. And so you can do that now, even though I'm in Bean Burritos. I've been learning all about Bean Burritos, but I can jump over to browser cache and just play that.
The cache, C-A-C-H. What helps remember parts of a web page?
Okay. So another thing you'll notice here is we now have this keyboard, well, the letterboard. It's taking up the whole screen, and it'll resize itself as the screen resizes. And previously, if you had a wider tablet, it wouldn't do that. It wouldn't take up the whole screen. It would just be letterboxed on the sides. But now it grows. It bigs. It bigs with the screen. It's a new feature. So let's enter this.
C-A-C-H-E.
And that applies also, by the way, to the 26 board and to the QWERTY board. So now that we're back here, we did some browser cache stuff. We can go ahead and resume. We can resume that way. We can click this button to resume and jump back in. But what happens if we jump over to, let's say, French fries? Let's play that.
French fries are a yummy treat made from What vegetable is used to make French fries?
Okay.
P-O-T-A-T-O.
Right.
Potato.
And now what's happened to browser cache is it's on cooldown. And this is a new concept here. So we're not able to play this exact lesson for the next 10 days. 10 is a number. We might play with that. But the purpose of that is, not everyone's like this, but I know my son, if he's given the chance to, he will repeat the same lesson over and over and over until he gets it perfect, until he's memorized all the passages and he's memorized the questions and the answers. And he can repeat them at the dinner table. And that's fun. That's great. And he really enjoys that. There's some value to that even, I think, but it's not quite what we're trying to teach here. We're trying to have them, give them new thoughts, new passages, and have them give them a new question too, and have them generate the response on their own spontaneously in the moment. And that's what communication requires, right? Communication isn't memorizing what you're going to say. It's if someone said something and what's my response. So that's why there's a cooldown. This might be something I adjust later. Might even have an option for this, but that's why it's there. If they really want to, do another lesson on browser cache, there is this refresh button that'll have the AI make you a new lesson, and you can play the new lesson. Because it'll be different. It won't be the same exact lesson. So yeah, while we're in, actually, let's open this one too. While I'm here, I'll mention also that this button, disable topic, previously, it would disable it, but it wouldn't remember that you disabled it. And so when you came back to Scholarship, it would forget that you had disabled it. So fix that bug. And I think that's about it. Yeah. those are the updates. So enjoy being able to go to any lesson that you want to. No more sessions. And as always, very, very open to hearing your feedback about this. How does this work? And how can this be even better for your speller? So if you have any ideas, any suggestions, anything at all, please leave a comment or post in our Facebook group. And if you're not in our Facebook group, well, leave a comment because you're not in the group. And I'll see about trying to get you in that group. All right. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you next time.